Hello, welcome to Ratanime's vlog 8. In this vlog I'm just going to show a little bit about the debugging process. Not much, I've just literally done a screen capture, so it'll just walk through how I go around debugging while debugging in real time. So I was trying to solve an issue with just triggering a sound on the mouse click event, but it didn't seem to be working, so and it doesn't get solved in the video I'm about to show, but I just thought I'd share that to share just a few tips on how to debug things on Play Canvas, even though it's not probably even, I'm still learning at the minute lots of things about Play Canvas, and especially about the API and the scripting. And then secondly, I've just got a general update on progress. So yeah. Same by the blood cutting up. Oh, bloody hell, get out of the way. This is the top bit's the main game in progress, but then on here we've got the developer tools from within Google Chrome itself, which include elements, which gives you all the structural elements of the file. Load up, for God's sake! I'm not sure what that does actually. Sources is what I was thinking of. Which don't need to worry about in a minute. Timeline, but we need to worry about is the console, because you can dive in a bit more and just see in a bit more detail where these errors are coming from. So we've got a few things coming up here. Target get bounding client rectangle is not a function. I've got no idea what that is referring to, but the one I'm worried about is this uncaught type error. Cannot read property script of undefined, and that's coming. You can read on across here where that's coming from. So it's coming from the dynamic character controller JavaScript file, and then you see read here, line 41. So there's definitely something wrong with line 41, so I go back to my editor page once it bloody loads and gives the character controller. So that seems to be the problem now, which is strange because it was working fine before. This is more just to demonstrate the debugging process, I guess. Then anything else. Dynamic character controller. It's taking its time. Come on. So we need to look for line 41 in the editor. Okay, so it seems to be the way I'm referencing that, which is probably incorrect. Well, it is incorrect. So I just need to figure out what's going on there. Probably just referencing it wrong, because this entity and then that's a sub entity. So I don't know if this entity, and so I could try. No, not that. Not that. That doesn't make any sense actually. Okay. It's weird because this was working okay before, or seemed to be. var shoot this entity wm script. So yeah, the next thing I need to do is work on this. So because what I'm doing on the, if I go back to here, I've put this as entity, this boom, which is the particle effect, has gone underneath character, as opposed to handgun, because I wasn't sure quite. This is more a gap in my knowledge to fill at the minute, really, to be honest, about how I can initialize a script and run a script, which is, I guess, like a sub entity of like the main entity. I'm kind of muddling my way through this. a lot of it I can. I'm not an expert at JavaScript by any stretch of the imagination. I did it at university a long time ago, but I've been out of it when it comes to JavaScript these days. So boom, boom, boom. So it's something to do with how this has been called. Sorry, I'm just rambling now. I think I'm going to end it here. Yeah, that was just an insight into how I'd go about debugging errors on Play Canvas game engine in relation to Rat in a Maze, which is the game I'm working on. Have been working on for months in my spare time. Alright. So, to one side. So just thought this is an update on where Rat is up to. I had to rescale the whole map. Apparently I had scaled it up too much relative to the size it should be, so I've globally set the scale to be smaller on there, 0.4. And then the game's looking a lot sharper now graphically when you play the game. A few new things. So I did gun, the character, and some this now. Here are the random numbers. This is how the game's looking now. Some of the nice gun there because you can show nice lighting effects. Looks a bit nice. Got just click the left mouse button there, which uses a gunshot sound. Just working on some of the bound because I had to rescale it. But I'll jump. So just check if this one seems to work. If I don't fall forward. Oh no, still something bound. So it's off balance or something. Because I should be going through the floor right now. Not. The gravity's definitely on. But yeah, made a fair amount of progress with this now, and starting to look, hopefully, equivalent to first person, which is nice. The stages are really going to be generating some enemies, tidying up a lot of the old designs. Some of it's going to need tidying up very roughly, like this kind of thing. And just, probably next stage just tidy up the bounds, all the add some extra levels. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's this way.